Welcome to Leadership from the Inside Out. I still remember the situation. I was standing there on the side of the chow hall with a man literally screaming in my face. He was furious as he shouted at me, talking about how he was going to make sure that this was taken care of, and that if I thought I was going to get away with this, I was out of my mind, and just freaking out. I calmly spoke to him. I indicated that I had already taken care of it. I acknowledged his frustration. And by the end of the day, he was apologizing to me. In this moment, and in many more like it, I found the value of communication. In this situation, I was, in fact, in a formal role of leadership in the prison environment. I had been tasked as a team lead of a call center, and quite frankly, I had a lot of responsibility that very few people wearing the color orange will ever have. One of the things that I was tasked with was keeping track of the hours people worked and the pay they received. And in an odd scenario where we brought some new individuals onto the team in the middle of a pay period, I had accidentally sorted my Excel spreadsheet in a way that resulted in some rates of pay being misaligned. It was an easy fix, but unfortunately, the little slips that I created on Fridays that told people how much they were going to get paid, well, they were not accurate. And this individual was livid. Absolutely livid. Now, couldn't do anything about the slip, but the issue itself had already been taken care of. I had already acknowledged the issue, I had already corrected it, I had already spoken with my supervisor, and from an actual paperwork perspective, there were no problems. But from a communication perspective, the challenges abounded. In these moments, it can be very difficult to keep a cool head and remember the value of communication. In fact, I had several people come up to me later and say, "I can't believe you didn't just sock him in the mouth." But what good would that have done? Frankly, it would have resulted in me getting in more trouble, and it wouldn't have actually solved anything. As leaders, the ability to communicate effectively, especially in the midst of a heated moment or a misunderstanding of sorts, is very, very important. Not being able to communicate could mean a loss of an employee or even the loss of cohesiveness among the team. But knowing how to communicate effectively is something I learned in the prison environment and has done well for me in the free world, is something that I hope I will never forget. Leadership lesson number 10, the value of communication.